Sexual violence affects children in every country around the world. For far too long, it has been a silent pandemic with little awareness of the scope, scale and consequences of the problem or understanding of potential solutions, especially for the boy child. That silence has allowed violence against children to perpetuate. The Firm Zane, under the legal aid, is a community impact project that educates the boy child on sexual offences and how they can go about reporting any such offences perpetrated against them. Now creating a safe space for victims of sexual assault to speak out and to be protected. To shed more light on the Firm Zane, we are joined by representatives Nchindo Mayumbelo and Jeanette Katiti. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for being here.
Good morning, Laura.
All right, I would like to start with you, Mr. Mayumbelo. Please give us a brief background on what Firm Zane is.
Thank you very much for that question. Like I've indicated that we are final year LLB students at the University of Namibia. And as part of our legal aid clinic and professional ethics course, we are assigned to undertake a community impact project. This project is not just a project that is going to, in particular, focus generally, but it was to be focused on a particular community. However, in the same vein, we realized that it goes beyond just a particular community, but the whole nation in general. So as a firm, we found it necessary that we should be able to undertake an impact project that is going to impact the whole entire spectrum of our nation, not just this particular community that we are supposed to impact. Therefore, we felt the need of arriving at this conclusion of choosing this particular topic that has not been widely discussed in society, though we have heard of it, we have read about it, we have seen it. That is how the topic in itself that we are undertaking, educating the boy child on sexual offences, was born by this particular firm. Thank you.
When was this firm founded?
The firm was founded roughly around mid-April this year. Like I've indicated, that it's part of the fulfillment of this particular program, legal aid clinic and professional ethics course. So the firm was established mid-April of 2021, and then it has been gathering momentum as time progresses.
Now, Ms. Katiti, what impact has this project have on the community since its inception?
This is an ongoing project, and what we have, as Firm Zane, have done is we have opened up a platform for people from different backgrounds, different positions, to come and express themselves, not just on sexual offences, but also what we've noticed is when we opened this platform for them, they've also come and they started speaking about mental health, which is something that was also not really widely discussed in our country. And what we've seen is so many voices have come through, and members of society have come, and they've actually just came to say that we noticed that we really have maybe overlooked the boy child. So basically we are allowing people of our society, the public in general, to actually express their views, their standpoints, openly discuss it without any judgment or anything. And we really hope that as time goes by, that this will lead to stricter or firmer laws that will protect our boy children. So it's ongoing, and as my colleague just said, we are still gaining momentum, but so far so good.
Now, Mr. Mayumbelo, how does this project address the taboos around sexual assault and the challenges faced by the boy child?
Yeah, we live in a world of patriarchy, matriarchy, masculinity and so forth. It is believed that a boy child, as a boy, it's a sign of weakness to speak out. It's a sign of weakness when you report this, you report that. And the community itself, the society out there, has made this issue pertaining to the boy child not to receive the attention that it deserves. Because most of these offenses, as they are being perpetrated by these perpetrators, they are being swept under the carpet. When we were in the field, we realized that, yes, there is this issue of stigma around this whole issue, because adults out there, they feel that when an offense of this nature occurs, a child, once it's reported, a child will face ridicule among other children, and then the community will look at this child with disdain eyes and so forth. So this project, this community impact project that we are undertaking, is mainly to change the mindset, to create this paradigm shift, of society, in order for society not to be able to, in order for society, in fact, pardon me there, to allow the boy child to be able to speak freely and openly about these issues. So we are trying to change the mindset in terms of the stigma that is attached to this issue pertaining to sexual offenses targeting the boy child. Thank you.
Ms. Katiti, through your observation, why does the public or the community at large find it so difficult to report such cases?
In all honesty, I think it boils down to society. The law is very clear. It's equality before the law, irregardless of whether you are a boy or a girl. But unfortunately, it's us as society that are less receptive to this. And I think it comes down to, as he just mentioned again, stigma. And just in general, if I see somebody who went through something like that, being ridiculed, being mocked, I don't think I will openly stand up and express myself, because, so let's say in essence, it's just the fear of what will society say. And then I would also say sometimes our culture and our different upbringings also play a role, because, it comes back to masculinity and the fact that men are supposed to be strong. So in general, society, when it comes to men and sexual health for men, not just the boy child in general, we tend to, again, sweep it under the rug. So I would say it boils down to society.
Having said that, how can we then create a safe space for people to report cases of sexual assault?
Okay, I believe that creating safe spaces is something that is easier said than done, but the first step is to actually be vocal about it. The fact that we are creating awareness and trying to educate not just the boy child or men, but the nation as a wide. That is the first step, because we as society need to open up. We need to make sure that we understand and stop with the ridiculing and the mocking and the, and it all comes back to allowing the boy child to practice their fundamental human rights. I mean, they have the right to express themselves, the freedom of expression, freedom of speech. So just allowing them to speak out and also understand that it's never the victim's fault. We as a society need to understand that we need to be less harsh on our victims so that they have that oomph to say, let me speak out. So it just all boils down to educating and creating awareness. That's the first step to creating a safe space.
Very well, Mrs. Katiti. Now, Mr. Mayumbelo, let's talk about the challenges faced by the organization since its inception.
Thank you very much. You realize that when you are a bigger group that is not based in one place, you are scattered across the country with this COVID-19 pandemic that have hit our society. Some of the members would be in isolation, some of the members would be in quarantine space, some would not be able to come on board in order to fulfill the mandate that are assigned to them by either the group leader or the group as a whole. However, we are in the midst of all these challenges, we have forged ahead. We have really tried our level best. We have gone out in rural Namibia to create this awareness. Generally, it is just the impact of COVID-19 that have hampered the progress. However, we have really progressed so well so far.
Ms. Katiti, how has the project, how does it aid in providing rehabilitation and healing to victims who have faced trauma, sexual assault trauma?
Okay, the main aim of this project is to create awareness and to educate. And as I said before, not just to educate the boy child or men, but the nation as a whole. So we are taking a holistic approach. So even though we are not able to give them the professional support or the professional counseling that they need, we, at least by creating awareness, we are guiding them into the right direction as to where they can get the help. For example, the Childline helpline. So we are not trained to give them that professional support, but we at least are guiding them into the right direction.
And who would you say are some of the stakeholders that the organization works with?
As I said, we are taking a holistic approach. We are not singling out anybody. We are talking to the ordinary citizen. We are talking to parents. We are talking to the perpetrator. We are talking to social workers, nurses, doctors, anybody. We are taking a holistic approach. So this is a team effort, basically. So any Namibian citizen is a stakeholder in this. So we are not singling out anybody.
Mr. Mayumbelo, what does the future look like for Firm Zane? What is its vision?
Since this started as an academic endeavor, and it was supposed to end upon the completion of the program. However, in the process, as a firm, we have fallen in love with the idea. We have fallen in love with the project. We are going to keep our social media platforms alive, where victims of these heinous crimes can come forward anonymously to share their views with some of the community members out there. We are going to create this, like Ms. Katiti indicated, that we are creating an avenue, a vehicle whereby these young kids, especially the boy child, that can be able to report this type of offenses once they are being created. Since we have already addressed the issue of society, we will continue to try to create that paradigm shift in order to effect change, in order to make the boy child feel free and safe to speak openly about these issues. So it's not going to end at the end of the fulfillment of this particular program. We will continue to advocate and create awareness so that the boy child can feel that he also is part and parcel of the Namibian nation and is cared equally so, just like the girl child.
Now, for our viewers watching this morning and would like to get involved in this project, how are they welcome? And if they are, how can they get in touch with the organization?
The more the merrier, Ilaro. We have an active Facebook group, very active. We have an in-house media team that is ready to interact, to engage. So they can go over to Facebook, if they have Facebook, and just search for Educating the Boy Child and join the group. I would want to say it's also one of the safe spaces that we've tried to create. And any person that identifies themselves as a member of Firm Zane will be able to assist members of the public that want to join this discussion. But as I said, the more the merrier. Anybody is welcome.
Yeah. Mr. Mayumbelo, please share with us your concluding remarks.
It is really an honor for Firm Zane to come and speak to the nation through our national broadcaster and create an awareness, because we know that NBC reaches literally more than 90% of our population out there. So for the viewers out there that are watching from home, that are elsewhere, that are on their way to work, and everyone else there, we would really like to thank NBC for allowing us to be able to come in and share our experiences in carrying out this project. Thank you.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for being here, and all the best with the project going forward.
Thank you so much for having us.
Right. Well, that was Nchindo Mayumbelo and Jeanette Katiti, representatives from the Firm Zane under the legal aid. Now, next up,